Hi everybody, welcome back again to my channel. Today I'm out in, you guessed it, the main Rainge National Park again. So I'm back in the Goomburra section where we went camping a little while ago to try and, well, to do this, the track we didn't get a chance to do on the last morning of our last trip. So that is the, I may be pronouncing it incorrectly, the Araucaria Falls track. It's only a short one, so it shouldn't take me too long to get in and back out. But by all means, it should be very beautiful. A nice rainforest trek in to the falls. I'm not sure how much rainfall there's been out here recently, so there may not be much coming down over the falls, but we'll find out shortly. In the meantime, I'm just going to follow this little track in. It should be less than 2 k's in, so a really short one today. But so far it's beautiful. It's a lovely rainforest. So I'll talk to you soon. So I've been walking for probably roughly 1 kilometre. I think so because the first kilometre or so is pretty flat according to the trail notes. And then it starts to descend fairly steeply. Now I've just got to the bit where it starts to go downhill, and it's fairly steep. It's not difficult at all. It's still a really well worn path, but that might mean I'm starting to get closer to the falls. So it's now well and truly spring here in Queensland. So that means that I have to be a little bit more, you always have to be here, but a little bit more vigilant on keeping an eye out for snakes. Snakes never actually hibernate here. They sort of slow down and rest a bit more, but they don't actually hibernate. But now that it's starting to warm up a bit, they might start to be a little more active again. We're a week into spring. I think it's actually, yeah, the 7th of September today. I haven't seen any yet. I'm not super surprised. It's not super warm yet, but just got to keep a bit of an eye out. I think we're aiming for somewhere around 19 degrees, but I dare say here up in the mountains it might be 3 or 4 degrees cooler than that. I've just crossed what would appear to be the top of the falls. So I'm just going to follow the track a bit further around, because I'm assuming it drops down to the base of the falls very soon. Looks lovely up here. There may even be a little swimming hole there. So I've made it to the base of the Araucaria Falls, and it's pretty nice. There's not a whole lot of water at the moment because it probably hasn't rained significantly, but even without a lot of water, it's really nice. Now I'm just going to grab a quick snack and see if I can find a composition or two. Silly me didn't bring a polarizer, which might be a bit of a pain with those reflections, but we'll see how we go. So I found a composition that I quite like. It is going to be a bit tricky to get a good shot, or a really good shot, without that polarizer, but I'm going to put a neutral density filter on so that at least I can control the water, if not the reflections. So I'm using my Hoya, not Hoya, sorry, Koken Nuances glass ND filters, which are really, really good. I think I might today, got the 3-stop here, the ND8. That might be enough. I'll pop it in and let's have a look at what exposure I'm going to get. But even with a 3-stop, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a slow enough shutter speed to blur the water how I might like. So my ND256, or my 8-stop filter, that should give us, make it a little bit more dark. Bit of a speck of dust. If anything, it's a little bit darker than I would like, but I don't have an in-between. So ISO 100, aperture at f5.6. That's because this lens is quite sharp at f5.6. But the other reason is it'll give me depth of field right from the front of the pond here. Got these sort of leaves running in from the corner of the frame. So it should give me depth of sharpness right from there to the waterfall, which is sort of the back of my depth of field here. So let's hit this timer now. So 12 seconds. Okay, 20-second exposure. Let's see how this one looks. Okay, so the noise reduction dark frame is just about to finish. I have a feeling this one should look a little bit better. Let's see. Yeah, that's a lot better actually. While I'd be happier if I had a polarizer, at least the water's very smooth. Because there's no wind, the tree's not moving at all, which is nice. So that's not a bad exposure. I might have a bit of a play around with a few more compositions and see what I come up with. Okay, I am walking back up the steep bit of the trail to get back up to the top of the falls. I spent probably a little bit longer than I expected to there, maybe about an hour. Because I walked a little bit further just along the creek and found another little bit where it sort of drops over as the water continues its way down. And I grabbed a couple more compositions there. There wasn't a lot of space there for me to be able to set up and video. So I just sort of shot them without videoing it, so my apologies, but there just wasn't a lot of space. They were pretty nice. I'm going to take the track back up the top and I might try and have a look, see if there are any compositions at the top there that I might like. Talk to you soon. So I found this composition just at the top of the falls. I think it looks pretty good. Just a calm bit of water, a little palmy tree, a little fern, and some rocks at the end with the forest out the back. So I'm just going to go for this one. Again, I'm at ISO 100, aperture f5.6, and I'm going for a 30-second exposure with the 8-stop filter in. So doing a 5-second timer this time. I just reprogrammed the custom timer. Let's see how this 30-second exposure goes. Okay, that dark frame is just about done. Let's have a look and see how this exposure looks. Yeah, 30 seconds is not so bad. It's maybe a smidge darker than I'd like. I'll open up my aperture by stop. And rather than exposing for a stop longer, a stop shorter, sorry, I'll only go 2/3 of a stop, so that should make a slightly brighter exposure than the last one. And I think with f4, which using my Olympus system gives me a very similar aperture to f8 on a 35mm full frame, that should still give me sufficient depth of field, because in front of me right now is just water and I'm focusing on the fern, and then everything behind that should be fine too, so I don't think that'll be a problem. Yeah, I think I'm a bit more happy with that. 20 seconds, f4, ISO 100 with the 8-stop. Yeah, that's better. All right, I might pack up and head back along the trail and get back to the car. I'll talk to you soon. Okay, well that's the end of the track. I've just done the Araucaria Falls. Now I'm back at the car, so time to quickly pack everything away and start heading back down. I actually think I might stop on the way home for a few photos. I did bring my Hasselblad film camera with me, not to take hiking. I don't have a wide enough angle lens, but there's a couple of things that I might see on the way home that might be worth taking a photo of. We'll see soon. Depends how the light is and how I'm going for time. But now, for now, time to jump in the car. Thanks again for watching. I've just made what is going to be my last photo stop on the way home. I stopped at Maryvale to take a picture of the old abandoned roadhouse, service station, gas station, whatever you want to call it. I've been wanting to shoot it for quite a while. I shot it with the Hasselblad on Fuji Velvia. I didn't really want to use Velvia, but it's all I had after I finished my Pro 400 shooting Sakura blossoms. I did 3 shots, which I plan to stitch together into a panorama, so I'll see how it goes. It may or may not work out. I will come back again for it, just the lens I have is a little bit too long, but anyway, it was still nice to actually stop and take pictures of it. Hopefully it turns out well, but now I'm about to make my way home, as it is now 10 minutes to 5 p.m, so to get home before it's too late. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you'll stick around for the next video. Give me a like and a subscribe, and just leave any feedback. I really appreciate it all. Thanks again, take care, see you soon.